Hello, my name is Brett Park, and in today's video we have something really fun and fresh happening. We are doing a sketchbook tour. Yeah, babes, yeah. I filled this entire sketchbook during the month of February, so we're just gonna take a look, we're gonna check it out, and it'll be a fun video. Also, do we like this shirt? I personally love it. I think that's a kind of a different vibe for me, and I'm all about trying new things. If you don't like this shirt, it's totally fine. Just don't express it here. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Anyways, let's not waste any more time and let's get into the sketchbook tour. This is my Canson Mixed Media sketchbook. It's 7 by 10 inches and it's 98-pound paper, meaning it can hold some acrylic, watercolor, pen, paper, you name it, it can hold it. Now, if you use a ton of marker, there is some bleed through, but other than that, it's really great for holding whatever you need. So let's open it up. Right off the bat, we have a little portrait I found on Pinterest. This was the mechanical pencil I used to create it. It's just a Pentel Graph Gear 500, 0.5 lead. These are some figure studies I drew. I'm really trying to get into a lot of dynamic poses, and you'll see that throughout the sketchbook. I just do a quick line of action and then try to render the figure as well as I can. Another portrait from Pinterest and another figure. This was actually a sculpture made by Troy Koiteman. Not sure how to pronounce that, but I wrote a little quote from the news article, and it's just a quote saying that the artist tries to translate their imaginations, nightmares, and anomalies into tangible moments that manage to be even more absurd than which they came. Another dynamic pose, and these were just sketches I was doing for a project. I was debating making like a clay head and then putting water inside of it, and then having the water drip onto the floor. And then like the idea was that there would be a microphone on the floor, so whenever the drop would hit the microphone, it would like make a huge sound. I'm not sure where I was going with that, but maybe it's a piece that I'll explore in the future. More figures, very depressing, very disturbing, very disturbing. I did not know there was a 0.03, but apparently there is, so I tried it out and it was great. Figure moment. Again, the contortion of the body and putting it in awkward ways that we all experience every single day. And this was an initial sketch study I did of this painting. I'll put the image here. Another observational drawing of my friend Alicia. She was just studying, doing her thing. A little portrait of Matthew Sorgi. And as I continue to draw more and more figures, I am trying to be more conscious of which figures I am drawing, meaning I'm trying to be conscious of the representation I'm giving some figures in my sketchbooks. I'm really trying to expand my breadth of work and diversity because I think that's an important thing to do. More models. This band was actually when I went to Frieze, LA. Really fun, really fun. Just a little quick watercolor sketch. And a portrait I found on Pinterest. Some outfits of people I saw in Frieze LA. More outfits. This is a little gouache study I did outside USC. This took around like an hour. It took way longer than I expected it to because I did a pencil sketch, then I erased it a bit and then did a colored pencil sketch and then did a gouache study on top of that. So there were a lot of layers that went into it, but I literally forgot how difficult illustration was. Yeah, this humbled me. It humbled me. Oil paint sketches. Observational drawings of people in the park, people just walking, people talking. This was actually for a TikTok that I made. I'll put the TikTok here. So the back. By the way, I am gonna go back and fill up these pages with a lot of other sketches, but I just want to post this video as soon as I can because February just ended. But I'm not gonna waste paper, y'all. Do not worry, I am gonna go back and fill this up. I do enjoy this one a lot. I think the perspective is pretty cool. It's like a little fisheye moment. That's why it's kind of bleh, you know? No, that made no sense. The following pages are sketches I did when I went to a photo shoot. I just helped out with making the backdrops, and I also did some videography. I can put some of the film I made here. I drew really quick sketches of the models and the photographers. So again, super quick, and it was mainly people who were taking the photos that I drew because they were standing still while the models were more dynamic. These are all the camera people trying to get photos of the models. Funny enough, these are actually notes I took in my art class for design, and I literally take the worst notes ever. The worst notes ever. I just doodle all the time and write down random stuff. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. But it low-key does make sense to me. How about that? How about that? More very messy notes. This is when I went to the dining hall and started sketching people there. I've actually never watched Euphoria. Not a single episode. Everything I see from that show is on TikTok, and I have no idea what's going on, but I think Jules is a pretty cool person. I think Hunter Schafer is great, so I decided to draw her. Looking good, looking fresh. I drew my friend Kimberly, and I asked her to sign her name, so she did, and then I drew a little arrow to her. More people from my design class that I drew, and I added some little smiley faces. This is my friend Catherine. I decided to draw her eating her little musubi. We were just sitting in the park after USC had a little farmer's market, so we got some musubi. It was way too fucking expensive, but we got some anyways, and it was delish. And I did a little happy cartoon moment. Funny enough, this is actually a collaboration piece with my design teacher. So she folded the paper into sections, and then she drew the head, folded it, gave it to me so I couldn't see the head. I drew the torso, then I gave it back to her. She drew this part, she gave it back to me, and I drew the feet. Pretty fun, pretty fun. More Pinterest reference photos. Yup. I sketched this man who took my order at Earth Cafe. Yes, I am that basic LA hoe that went to Earth Cafe. And yes, I ordered a latte. I have been absolutely obsessed with this color palette recently. It's Matthew Sorge's color palette. He showed me these markers and I was absolutely obsessed and I had to get them. They're actually chart pack markers, but they smell so bad. Like worse than Copic. Literally worse than Copic's. But they're so juicy and they're so fun. So I've been sketching some figures with them. Some blobs I made in the last YouTube video where I tried TikTok art challenges. He was sad, he was depressed. A finger painting I made with the TikTok challenge. Some ink cartoons, and I actually went to the Goodwill bins to thrift, so that was really fun. Another finger painting. Random sketches. This page that I absolutely hate. God awful. Next one. Also canceled. Not good. And on the very last page, y'all, my roommate just did a little scribble, and I made a character out of it. And this was his first line. I did not know what to do with it. To be honest, I think it looks like a penguin walking, but I didn't think that was like an interesting enough figure to post on TikTok. So I just had him draw another line. I know, I'm fake. And that's my sketchbook, y'all.